All right, guys, so let's get into it today. God, dude, that intro's terrible. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it. We got a welded diff today on a gs430. Customer came in, wants to get sideways. A couple essential tools you're gonna need for this job. It's gonna be a 19mm socket. You're gonna want your wrench for that socket. You're gonna want Allen keys that connect to a ratchet wrench. You need size 10 and size 12. And then I do recommend using 11/16 for the driveline bolts, but you can use whatever fits best for you. Coming under the car, you'll be able to see all the bolts we need. These 3 bolts here, the main diff bolts, that's gonna be your size 12 Allen that connects to the ratchet. Then you're gonna have your axle bolts. See if you can see them here. Those axle bolts are gonna be your size 10 Allen, also connects to the ratchet. And then coming back here, you got your main diff bolts. Those get held in by a 19 socket. And then your driveline bolts back here. Anyway, let's have some fun. Let's make this car driftable. Yo, 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 what's up, fam? First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna loosen these driveline bolts a little bit so I don't have to deal with them later. And that's the reason why I recommend a wrench like this. Easy access.
Don't try to change your fucking diff. Honestly, just bring it to Swindon.
I might bring the G.
Alright, so looking at this here, move this around so you guys could see. That bolt's off, that one's loose, and this one's off. I'm gonna leave this one loose so it stays together while I take everything else off this diff. Bolts we're gonna try to get off is these axle bolts. And then at this point, you see how it's spinning? So what you're gonna wanna do is set the parking brake, and that'll solve all your problems. All right, so if you notice that you can't get it in there, it's because the, whatever this shit's called on the axle, the bushing or the shoe, if you want to call it, the axle boot, there you go. It's in the way, so you just want to rotate the axle a little bit and you'll be able to access it. Alright, so just quick little update. This is where we at. All the axle bolts are off on each side. So you got 6 off here. You're also gonna have 6 off on this side. We got the driveline bolts out. So now what we're gonna work on is we're gonna loosen these up a little bit, but more importantly, we're gonna take these out. It's the rear main bolts, size 12 Allen with the ratchet. And then we're gonna go back and take these out so we can drop the diff all the way. Alright, so now going back to these main diff bolts, like I said, that's gonna be your size 12. Never use the wrong size Allen. If these strips, honestly, you're fucked. And this is why I said you might need a breaker bar. I got my own. Put a little bend in it. And here's an example. So they look like this. Pretty fat bolt. That's the 12 I was talking about. So I'm gonna take the rest off. I'll be right back. So looking at it here, we got the main diff bolts out now. So those are just empty holes on both sides. Quick little update. The axle bolts are off. The axles are free on each side. The driveline bolts are disconnected. It is also free. So the last step now is we're gonna put a jack right here to support the diff, and we're gonna go ahead and loosen these two bolts, which are a 19mm. Alright guys, so looking out of here, we got those bolts out now. Everything is loose. You see I go back and forth. The entire diff is free now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower the jack just a little bit. Go ahead, Bando. Not too much. Go ahead, some more. Alright, stop right there. Alright. What you're gonna wanna do is wiggle your driveline a little bit, because this is mostly what the diff is gonna be stuck in. Alright. Go ahead and lower it some more. Let that front fall. Keep going, keep going. Stop right there. Okay. Set this down for 1 second. Go ahead, go lower. All right, stop. A little lower. Stop. All right, from here, we're just gonna pull straight back. There you go. Driveline is free. Go ahead and lower the diff all the way. And there she is. Let's pull her out. Big old Swindles differentials, baby!